Welcome back to Across Louisiana. You know, we always love it here on the show when a show goes to the birds. That's happening today. We have a visit from Audubon, Louisiana. Here to tell us about the feathered Fete and more is Douglas Meffert. Welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you for having me, Nils.
Always great to find out about the many great things that you have going on there. But for folks who aren't familiar with Audubon, Louisiana, tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. Well, the National Audubon Society was founded in 1905 to protect birds and other wildlife. Here in Louisiana, I'm proud to say we have Audubon's oldest and largest sanctuary, the Paul J. Rainey Sanctuary, 26,000 acres, established in 1924.
Wow.
So we've been around here for 90 years and growing in the past decades in terms of science and policy to protect birds, wildlife, and to make sure that the dollars coming in for coastal restoration, for example, go to the best ecosystem projects possible.
And that's really an area of growing importance for us all, but for Audubon in particular, isn't that right?
It is. You know, an astounding 40% of migratory birds in North America spend part of their life in coastal Louisiana, 100
Wow.
million birds. So
That's amazing.
We're so critical. We're the last stopping point they have before they can refuel and cross the Gulf of Mexico going 500 miles. Imagine going on a 500-mile journey in your car and not filling up your tank. Well, they fill up their tank right here in Louisiana.
Obviously, it's so key that all those birds have that habitat. And frankly, I mean, this is a state, I think I read somewhere, where we lose a football field of land, which is habitat for these birds, every 38 minutes. So it's really crucial that we do something about it now.
Right. We lose a football field about every hour, and if you add it up since 1930, we've lost 1,900 square miles. That's the size of Delaware.
Gosh.
So if you lose an entire state, you know, that's critical to restore and maintain and hold on to what we can and rebuild what we can.
Well, I know in order for you to keep doing that great work, obviously it takes funds to keep doing that. You have an exciting fundraiser coming up. Tell me about that.
It does. You know, so we're a national organization, but the work we do here in Louisiana is supported generously by regional donations. And so we're sponsoring what's called the Feathered Fete. It's going to be November 5th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Hilltop Arboretum in Baton Rouge. And a couple interesting aspects. Chef John Besh, who's on our board of advisors, he's going to be releasing his cookbook, his new cookbook called Besh Big Easy.
Oh, fantastic.
And so we're timing it with the release of that book, and so guests will get a signed copy of that book. Our president and CEO, David Yarnold, will be at the event. And we recently found out acclaimed designer Mignon Faget will be coming out with a new line, and which will debut at the event and will be at the silent auction. So it's going to be a lot of fun, really exciting, and great food and great music.
So really, you're combining a lot of things that people here in the greater Baton Rouge area are passionate about, the outdoors, food, obviously. I mean, this is a tailor-made event for this area, isn't it?
It is, you know, and the funds coming from this fundraiser will support coastal restoration, conservation, and work in bottomland hardwoods that we do in North Louisiana as well.
It's really encouraging to me to see an organization like Audubon, Louisiana take such a leading role in the conservation effort, because it really, obviously, this is something that we can't afford to ignore.
Right, you know, and we're a very centrist organization in that we look at creative solutions working on both sides of the aisle to promote the cultures and environments that have sustained us historically, and that will sustain us in the future as well.
One of the other aspects of Audubon that I find so interesting is the work that you do to create bird-friendly communities.
Exactly. You know, birds are everywhere. You know, they're in our cities and towns and farms and ranches and wetlands and forests. And so birds are important. They're top of the food chain, just like humans. And so where you have healthy birds, you have healthy ecosystems, and you have healthy communities and healthy people. So all of that is really interlocked quite tightly.
Douglas, tell the folks where they can go to find out more about all these great initiatives and about a feathered Fete.
Absolutely. Our website is la.audubon.org. We have a website to purchase tickets for the Feathered Fete, and so you could just Google Feathered Fete, Audubon, and you'll find it, but it's thefeatheredfete.com.
Fantastic. Best of luck with the event. We look forward to it.
Thanks. I hope you join us.
Sure thing. When we come back on Across Louisiana, we'll talk about Day of the Mentor. Don't miss it.